It's time to turn this season round. Hello, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, and welcome to the latest episode of your Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. It may be bye week, players may be taking time off, but here at the Syndicate, we're not taking time off. We are fully focused on our Pittsburgh Steelers and still bringing you great content every day. So if you want that great Steelers content every day, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and give this video a like. Thank you, Steeler fans, for choosing to watch the Syndicate. It is fantastic to have you on board. We're absolutely over the moon with over the 1,800 subs we already have to this channel. Both myself and Mark are very grateful for your support. Well, guys, how do we turn this season round? What is going to make a difference when we come back for that first game against the New Orleans Saints at Acrisure Stadium, and then that interdivisional rivalry in the AFC North ball in the kitchen, as Mike Tomlin calls it, with the heat on against the Cincinnati Bengals? What's going to make that difference? Well, I've come up with 5 things that I think can make a difference. 5 points that I think that if the Steelers can implement these 5 points, and I think they will, I think it's fairly standard stuff, then I think they could turn this season round and make a fresh start. Obviously, the biggest turnaround is the return of this guy here. Yes, Mr. Trent Jordan Watt, Mr. TJ Watt. TJ Watt is a one-man wrecking crew. Now, I know people say that one man doesn't make a team, and and it shouldn't be just down to one guy. But what makes such a difference? This guy can turn a game on its head single-handedly with a strip sack, forced fumble, a sack at the right time. He can come through for you at that right point to really turn the game on its head. So the return of TJ Watt, and if this guy stays healthy for these final 10 games, or sorry, 9 games of the season, my apologies, my final 9 games of the season, then I think he will have a major impact on the Pittsburgh Steelers and on their final record. He is that good. He is from a different planet. He is the reigning defensive player of the year. He has 1 sack this year. I reckon he could easily get into 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 sacks, even with only 9 games left to play. That's how good this guy is. So this is my first point. Get Watt involved. As soon as Watt's back, it's going to make a huge difference to the offense, because it will, to the defense, it will mean that the opposition offense have got to concentrate on him and give other players like Ogunjobi, like Haywood, like Highsmith, like Jack, like Bush, more space to operate, because they are automatically going to be very, very worried about this guy here. The moment you put him on the field, he attracts attention from the opposition offensive line and opposition offensive coordinator to plan to stop him. And that is a good thing. Okay, the other thing is we need to get DeMonte KZ back in this team. I think that we could use 3 safety sets very effectively to help control, number 1, the run. They can push Edmonds up onto the line to help support the run defense. Terrell Edmonds has proven over the last few weeks how good he is at getting up into that box, how good he is at tackling, and how good he is at stopping the run, and also to help control opposition tight ends like Mark Andrews, who we've got to face twice in these remaining 9 games. Having Kazee and Fitzpatrick set back, bringing Edmonds up, will give the Steelers the opportunity to, number 1, stop the run, and number 2, control the opposition tight ends and leave Minka free to roam as well and be that ball hawking player that he is, and get more interceptions that he has already proven this season that he is very effective at getting. So for me, 3 safety sets, get Kazee back. I think it can make a huge difference. Now, what else can make a huge difference? Now, there's been a lot of debate around these running backs, Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren. A lot of people have called for Warren to be the starter and Harris be moved to running back 2, which I think is not the right way to go. What I think is a more equitable way of doing this and a better way of doing this. Now, Harris automatically attracts more attention. Go and watch the All-22 film. Harris does attract a lot more attention than Warren. Split the carries 50-50. Get Warren involved more in the game. Give Harris 50%, Warren 50%. Make it a competition if you want, but give them both that equal weighting in the offense. Give Warren more ball. Warren is very, very effective. Now, this quote, I love this quote from Jaylen Warren. He said, "I'm not a big east to west guy. I've always been taught to run downhill. I'm not a big dance guy." That reflects the physicality this guy brings, the spirit, the passion, the heart, the fighting ability this guy brings. He's been my offensive MVP for these first 8 games of the season. He has been a fantastic example to the other offensive players in how to fight, how to battle, and how to make the best of what you get. So for me, let's get Jaylen Warren and Najee Harris splitting those carries 50-50 and getting Warren more involved. I think this will really, really help. Now, with the absence, obviously, now of Chase Claypool, having been sent to the Bears, I think the next thing is to get this man involved more. He is our wide receiver 1. I don't want to hear that Deontay Johnson is our wide receiver 1. Deontay Johnson is not a wide receiver 1. He has not got the skills to do this. He has not got the mentality to do this. He is someone who, when the going gets tough, he goes missing. George Pickens is not that man. George Pickens has got the skill set. He's got the physicality. He's got the speed. He's got the talent, and he's got the moxie, the attitude. He loves to get in people's faces. Witness over the training camp when Minkah Fitzpatrick was trying to get under his skin and trying to get into him. He just lapped it all up, turned round, caught the ball in a combat catch situation over Minkah, turned around, looked at him and said, "Don't you say," and then a really rude word. So for me, get George Pickens more involved. Get him going deep. Throw the ball deep to Pickens. Let Kenny loose. Let him throw the ball out wide, over the middle, deep to this man here, to George Pickens. Get him involved. The more Pickens is involved, the more effective the offense is going to be. And if that means Pickett ignores what that idiot Canada says, then so be it. Call your audibles, Kenny. Get the ball to George Pickens. You've already shown that you have an excellent understanding with this man. So let's recap those points. Number 1, TJ Watt's effectiveness. Number 2, 3 safety sets. Number 3, split the carries 50-50 between Warren and Harris. Number 4, Pickens more involved, get him going deep, throw the ball deep to him. He is our wide receiver 1. I know he's a rookie, but he's better than Deontay Johnson by a country mile. Last point, get this man over the middle, constantly working the middle, pounding the middle of that field. Freiermuth can help open the running game. If the opposition defense are scared of Freiermuth over the middle, now Freiermuth has shown that not only can he be relied on to catch the ball, but he can be relied on to get yards after catch and to fight for yards after catch. This guy is potentially in the same class as George Kittle, Mark Andrews, Travis Kelce, Alec Waller of the Raiders. He is that good. Get him working the ball over the middle. Get him fighting over the middle. We've seen when they actually throw the ball over the middle to him, how effective he can be. That 24-yard reception he had the other day, absolutely superb. So get Freiermuth working the middle of the field. Get him into that zone where he's going to cause opposition defenders to ask questions. The moment you get him moving over the middle of the field and get him the opposition thinking about him, get him even running routes to confuse the opposition, to open the running game. The moment they see him going over the middle, they're going to be terrified if we are constantly using him and hitting him, which will help to open the running game for Warren and Harris. So Freiermuth for me is absolutely key. The more he gets the ball, the better for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Steeler fans, that's my 5-point plan for helping turn this season round. What are your ideas? Let me know in the comments below, Steeler Nation. And if you've got any questions you'd like me to answer here on the Syndicate, then drop me some questions as well. It'd be great to hear from you. Well, thank you for watching the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. If you've enjoyed that content, hit the subscribe, hit that like, ring that notification bell, and come and join the Syndicate family. Thanks for watching, guys. Here we go, Steelers. Come on.